Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for joining us today for the second annual meeting of the Innovation for Cool Earth Forum. We would now like to start the opening session. My name is Kei Fujimoto, and I serve as an MC of this meeting. First of all, Professor Yoichi Kaya, Chair of the ICEF Steering Committee, will give you a welcome address.
Good morning. Good morning, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Yoichi Kaya, the chairman of the steering committee of ICEF 2015. ICEF 2015, in other words, Innovation for Cool Earth Forum 2015, was initiated by our Prime Minister Shinzo Abe 2 years ago. And then the first meeting was held in October last year. The objective of this forum is to discuss on innovation or innovative measures for mitigating climate change by distinguished scholars, politicians, and business people. Prime Minister Mr. Shinzo Abe is unfortunately not available this morning because he is now in the midst of reorganizing his cabinet. So instead, he sent us his video message. So we'd like to listen to his video message. So video message, please.
本日ここ東京に気候変動問題に関する世界を代表する皆様をお招きし、第2回 Innovation for Cool Earth Forum ICEF を開催できることを光栄に思います。気候変動問題の抜本的解決はエネルギー、環境分野の革新的技術の開発と普及により世界全体を低炭素社会へと大きく転換することです。私は昨年の ICEF でイノベーションを加速するため未来に向けた技術のロードマップを産学官で作ろうと訴えました。今回の ICEF ではロードマップの第一弾として太陽光発電を取り上げます。今後順次他の分野へ広げていきます。今年の ICEF の参加者は昨年の80カ国800名から大幅に増加します。開催日程を2日間にし、専門的なセッションを昨年の7分野から19分野へと拡大します。今回の ICEF を契機に世界各国のエネルギー、環境分野のリーダーや専門家が東京でさまざまなシンポジウムや会議を開催する動きが出ています。わずか2年でここまで来られたのは皆様のおかげです。今年11月末からの COP21 では気候変動問題解決への新たな国際枠組みが作られます。野心的な目標を達成する鍵はイノベーションです。そのために我々は行動します。ICEF は先進国、途上国を含む世界のリーダーが英知を結集する場として今後発展させてまいります。 ご清聴ありがとうございました。
Thank you very much. Now I would like to ask Dr. Daishiro Yamagiwa, State Minister of Economy, Trade and Industry of Japan, to make a few remarks representing our hosts.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I am Daishiro Yamagiwa, State Minister for Economy and Trade and Industry. Thank you for attending the second annual meeting of the Innovation for Cool Earth Forum. I would like to take this occasion to express my gratitude to Professor Yoichi Kaya and the other 15 steering committee members for all their hard work in organizing this meeting. Looking towards COP21, Japan has submitted an ambitious INDC aiming to reduce greenhouse gas emissions by 26% by 2030 compared to the 2013 levels and will continue to actively undertake domestic emission reductions. To effectively address climate change issues, it is essential to transform the world into a low-carbon society, not only by individual efforts of each country, but also by development and dissemination of innovative technologies in energy and environmental areas. As for technological R&D, it is important that interested parties among business, academia, and government, including funding agencies, share information and move forward with a common vision. In this regard, Japan has been engaging in R&D based on the new low-carbon technology plan that was revised 2 years ago. In addition to disseminate technologies, Japan has been promoting JCM, or Joint Crediting Mechanism, of which the number of partner countries has increased to 15. Also, Japan is playing a central role in developing a list of low-carbon technologies by CTCN, or Climate Technology Center and Network. Through these efforts, we are going to contribute to the reduction of GHG emissions on a global scale. I expect that various discussions will be held on engaging in R&D and the dissemination of innovative technology during this ICEF. I hope that, based on these discussions, specific efforts will be made worldwide and that ICEF can be further developed towards a platform to follow up on such efforts. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Dr. Yamagiwa. I would now like to invite Dr. John Holdren, Assistant to the President for Science and Technology of the United States, to give us a speech. Dr. Holdren, if you please.
Well, good morning. I am delighted to be here and to have the privilege of speaking to this remarkable crowd this morning. I want to thank the New Energy and Industry Technology Development Organization of the Japanese Ministry of Economy, Trade and Industry, as well as the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, the Ministry of Environment, for hosting this second annual conference on Innovation for Cool Earth Forum. I also want to thank the Innovation Planning team for the extraordinary effort that they have put into organizing this event. And on behalf of President Obama, I want to thank all of you for being here and thereby demonstrating your commitment to promoting innovation in energy and environmental technologies and to international cooperation on addressing climate change. The importance of taking action to mitigate and to prepare for climate change has never been clearer. The science shows beyond any reasonable doubt that Earth's climate is changing at a pace and in a pattern that is not explained by natural influences and is explained as the expected consequence of the additions of carbon dioxide and other heat-trapping substances to the atmosphere by human activities, above all fossil fuel burning and land use change. These changes in climate are already causing harm in many parts of the world. Record-breaking heat waves like the one that hit here in Japan this past July, record-breaking floods like those that hit South Carolina in the past several days are becoming more common. Sea level rise is eroding coasts and creating increased storm surge. We have more intense storms, we have more severe droughts, we have ocean acidification, we have biodiversity losses. All of this is increasingly evident and increasingly alarming. Under President Obama's Climate Action Plan, which he announced in June of 2013, the United States government has committed to action to deal with this challenge along three fronts. First, cutting carbon pollution in the United States to help mitigate future climate change. Second, initiating programs on preparedness, resilience, and adaptation to the changes in climate that can no longer be avoided. And third, working closely with partners around the world on international efforts to combat climate change and to prepare for its impacts. As part of its efforts to cut carbon pollution, the United States has taken serious steps since the beginning of President Obama's term in office to deploy more clean energy. The United States has more than tripled its production of electricity from wind power, and it has increased its electricity production from solar energy by more than 20-fold since 2008. The Obama administration has put in place fuel economy regulations that will result in U.S. cars going twice as far on a gallon of gasoline by the middle of the next decade. The administration has also made strong investments to cut energy waste in our homes and our offices. This past August, the administration took a historic and very significant step in the fight against climate change when President Obama and the U.S. Environmental Protection Agency finalized the Clean Power Plan, the first ever carbon pollution standards for existing power plants in the United States. That plan puts the United States on a path toward a 32% reduction in carbon pollution from the electricity sector by the year 2030. These strong efforts have been matched by a new emphasis on climate preparedness and adaptation. I sometimes say that in the face of the climate challenge, we have only three choices: mitigation, adaptation, and suffering. And if we want to minimize suffering, as we must, we will need to maximize both mitigation and adaptation. I am one of the co-chairs of an interagency council in the U.S. government on climate change, preparedness, and resilience, focused on modernizing our federal programs to support climate-resilient investments, managing the public lands and waters of the United States for preparedness and resilience, providing information, data, and tools for preparedness and resilience to a wide range of affected parties, including state and local governments as well as industry, and helping all agencies in the United States government do a better job of planning for adaptation to the climate changes we can't avoid. Our national efforts in the United States have been complemented by engagement with other countries. President Obama and his administration have been particularly active in encouraging other countries to join us in making specific and meaningful commitments to reduce greenhouse gas emissions as part of the discussions leading up to this year's Conference of the Parties in Paris. And we have been stepping up to help with financing climate change mitigation and adaptation and building partnerships on clean energy research and development and sharing best practices on climate change preparedness, resilience, and adaptation. Of course, we are also very much aware that climate change is a challenge that government cannot face alone. To effectively address climate change on the timescale that is necessary, government, business, academia, the civil society from all countries need to work together to promote innovation in clean energy and environmental technologies, as well as on cooperation on emissions reduction and adaptation actions. That's what Prime Minister Abe recognized when he proposed that Japan convene an international conference on this topic, a proposal that ultimately developed into the first annual conference of Innovation for Cool Earth Forum. Last year's inaugural conference was attended by about 800 policymakers, business leaders, and researchers representing about 80 countries and regions. That's remarkable for an inaugural event, and I commend everybody who was involved in making it happen. The quality of the innovative ideas presented at last year's forum was equally impressive. Your top vote getter focused on recognizing the world's top smart grid projects and promoting their integration into overall smart city concepts resonates strongly with the interest we have in the United States on exploring smart cities for the future. Your second place award recognized a new world record in photoelectric conversion efficiency in crystalline silicon-based solar cells, which was achieved by Panasonic. Continuing to boost solar cell conversion efficiency will make an important contribution to increasing solar electricity generation further. Your third place award went to a demonstration of a floating offshore wind energy generation system, clearly significant for reducing construction and operating costs of these kinds of facilities and thereby opening up further increases in the use of offshore wind energy. The momentum and excitement of innovation in the clean energy space is only continuing to grow worldwide, and while you will identify and highlight another set of innovative ideas this year, let me mention two other recent examples of innovation that have been recognized by prominent organizations and publications in the United States. The R&D 100 Awards in the United States annually recognize notable advances in innovation in the industrial sector. One of the 2014 R&D 100 Awards went to a small startup in Massachusetts called Solid Energy Systems for an innovative rechargeable lithium-ion battery that is non-flammable, non-volatile, safer than conventional lithium-ion batteries at elevated temperatures, and has a 30 to 50% higher energy density than conventional lithium-ion batteries. Let me read the names of the development team of that innovation based in Waltham, Massachusetts. Kei Zhang, Jai-Hee Huang, Chao Jun-shi, Chi Xiao-hu, Arun Tiru, Yuri Matulovich, and Xiaobo Li. The diversity of that team is a testament to the contribution of international scientists and engineers to high technology advances in the United States. Another notable recent innovation in the clean energy technology space was highlighted both in Scientific American's 2014 list of world-changing ideas and in the MIT Technology Review magazine's recent cover article on 35 innovators under the age of 35. The innovator in this case is Dr. Jeanette Garcia, a young material scientist at the IBM Almaden Research Center, who has discovered the first example of a recyclable thermoset polymer. Thermoset polymers are exceptionally strong plastics used in a wide range of applications, including smartphones, printed circuit boards, and aircraft wings. They account for about 1/3 of the polymers produced each year, but they're very difficult to recycle, which results in considerable waste. Garcia's discovery of thermosets that can be recycled is potentially game-changing for its promise of reducing waste of materials and energy. And of course, it also underscores the value of broad inclusion of all talented individuals without regard to gender or ethnic origin in our science, technology, engineering, and mathematics career pipelines. The variety of examples that I've mentioned just now demonstrates, I think, that innovation in energy and environmental technologies can proceed along many different pathways. Innovation can be taking a new approach to an existing system, even as big a system as our cities. It can be developing entirely new technologies. It can be improving existing technologies. And innovation can simply be scaling up and sharing all of these kinds of concepts so that they can actually move the needle on climate change. I'm looking forward to hearing about all the exciting innovations that will be presented at this second Innovation for Cool Earth Forum. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Dr. Holdren. This concludes the opening session of the Innovation for Cool Earth Forum second annual meeting. Now we will move on to the plenary session part 1, Principal Issues in the Future GHG Reduction. The session will resume in a moment as soon as the stage setup is ready. So please remain seated and wait for a while.